Today we're going to talk about retention and all of the important elements that go into delivering the retention that we say that we can. And the first part of that is obviously the environment that we're creating. And that is up to you as an artist to create the perfect environment based on whatever glue you're using. That means the humidity needs to be a certain level and the temperature needs to be a certain degree. And you guys know that. And if you're buying Lashbox LA glue, then it is on every bottle of our glue what your temperature and your humidity needs to be. So that's the first and most important part in dealing with the issue of retention. Another important part of retention is the placement of the fan base on the natural lash. If the fan base isn't perfect to begin with, don't place it. You know that. If you've taken our class, I've probably talked about that for way too long, or if you're about to, then prepare, because you're going to hear about that a lot. If that fan base is not perfect, put that one aside. But when you have the perfect fan base, that needs to be attached and adhered right to the base of that natural lash, 90 degrees from the lid. And that part is really important. You know, even if you have the perfect environment, if you're not placing these lashes properly, then that can be a huge part of retention. If there's an air bubble in there, then that fan is not going to last, probably even through the night. So that's a big part of retention that I think we're missing. And you know, it's sometimes easy to blame the glue or the environment or the humidity or whatever, but you know, as artists, we really need to invest in education and really get in there and know how to place these lashes, because you know, the industry, we really need to keep the standards high. You know, and there are people who are lashing who have no business lashing. So those of us who have been educated and have worked to make this industry better, there are so many amazing artists out there. And even the most amazing artists are still trying to get better. So I say it with all the love in my heart, keep learning, keep, you know, educating yourself, because there are new products out there and new ways to lash even better. So, you know, if that lash is placed on the natural lash in a way that you know is perfect, then you can absolutely deliver the retention that you say we can. And that's a big part of retention that I don't think a lot of people understand. There needs to be an incredible skill and knowledge as to how to adhere that false lash to the natural lash. And that's something that I think we forget a lot, and that's really super important. So if you have questions about that, ask them. You know, ask us, we want to help you. But I know that retention can be a really big issue, and if you've already handled all of the giants when it comes to that, meaning the environment, and you know that you're placing those, you know, at 90 degrees and with no air bubbles and with perfect bases, and you still have questions, let us know. Keep them coming. We want to know what you think. Thanks so much for joining us today, guys. We really appreciate you watching. If you learned something, subscribe. If you didn't, then ask the question that you want to be answered and we'll answer it for you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of our Lashbox LA family. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.